Hi, my name's Alexis Canellis,
And my name is Bessie Carajo.
and today we're going to talk about the 1919 riots. The Chicago Race Riot of 1919 was a violent racial conflict provoked by white Americans against black Americans that began on the south side of Chicago, Illinois on July 27th and ended on August 3rd, 1919. During the riot, 38 people died, counting deaths of 23 blacks and 15 whites. At the time, it was a summer day, and Eugene Williams and some friends went swimming. But little did they know, they were crossing an invisible line that their best friend would be stoned to death.
In 1919, Chicago erupted into race riots after a young African American named Eugene Williams was stoned and drowned to death after crossing a line of segregation at a Chicago beach. No one was ever arrested nor convicted for his murder. In exchange for the African American community justifiably united, protested, and demanded justice. Whites would pull guns on the blacks and respond really violently. D.W. Griffith made A Birth of a Nation. This movie was based on the racial acts and what it was like as a black governor. Birth of a Nation is a racist movie because it shows what the government would be like if the black ruled it.
Birth of a Nation is a racist movie because it shows what the government would be like if the black ruled it.
The blacks would disrespect each other and drink alcohol on the job without caring about it. Put their feet up on the desk, taking their shoes off, eating chicken when they want, and disrespecting each other in harsh, mean ways. This film was screened in the White House on February 5th, 1915. The president at the time, President Wilson, loved this film. He played it every Sunday until he was no longer president.
This country. You can't do it necessarily in Ireland and all of these other places. You have to bring this work back to this country. That's what I want. I want manufacturing to be back into the United States so that American workers can benefit.
Let me ask you why did you wait so long?
Some riots in 1900 created other riots, and some of the bigger ones were in 1917 East St. Louis, 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma, and 1943 Detroit. What all these riots had in common was segregation, rudeness, and how the whites ended up responding to blacks very violently.
There were even more riots before and after this, but these riots responded how the world is now, creating how Black Lives Matter and equality to unite any races together, integrating schools and us all being friends. People who impacted Black Lives world were Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and many more. Still, people have problems with racism, and there is still violence in our world, but it will not stop anyone from their freedom.
In conclusion, the 1919 riots was a very violent time in Chicago and many other states, but over time it has helped our world create freedom and unite different races among our people. Many lives today are very thankful and grateful for this freedom we now have in our world. There is still violence going on, but it is only the crime that doesn't include races. We now have all come together as one world and have become united in one.